guys, we do this activity. It's called Your Food, Your Choice. And basically, we're going to have a choice between two menu items. And I just want you guys to tell me which one you would choose. And before we get started, did you guys know that people think about food 200 times a day? Y'all believe? I was about to say, do y'all believe that? Look.
Especially when you're dieting.
Yeah.
That's on my mind right now.
There you go. Look. It's been on my mind since after lunch. Look. Because I have a 2-year-old daughter. And so with her, I'm always thinking about what I'm going to cook, what she likes to eat. So it's going through my mind, and I'm like, dang, I got to go back to the grocery store today. I forgot something. So, thinking about what I'm going to pick up so I can get everything on my list. Maybe I don't have to go back the next day, okay? And so, like I said, you guys have a choice between the two menu items on this activity. And you just tell me which one you would choose, okay?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it the one that would be healthiest for us, or the one that we would like to have if we didn't have to worry about health?
That answer right there. The one you wouldn't have to worry about. Your honest answer. With this, there's no right or wrong answers. I want your honest answer. Because I'm going to give you mine too. And yes, this is a healthy nutrition class, but we just want your honest feedback. Okay? So, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, what would you choose? Sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
Georgia sweet tea.
Unsweet. Oh.
Nothing in it. I don't want no kind of sugar.
No sugar, no
No
nothing?
sugar at all.
All right. Look, okay. Hey, that's healthy way of thinking.
That's the way I drink. I
Okay.
don't drink Cokes.
No Cokes either?
Oh,
I love my
Only time I
Dr.
drink
Peppers.
a Coke,
There you go.
my sugar gets so low I have to have something to put it up. I ain't got no oranges.
Okay. Oh, okay. I love my Dr. Pepper. But
I don't know.
we're here in
I drink
Georgia.
water.
So we love our sweet tea,
I love water.
So what about ranch or Italian dressing? Ranch. Yes. Especially if you got hot wings. Now you gotta have ranch.
I
You got some wings.
I like hot wings, but they don't
don't
agree with
need
me.
hot wings.
They don't agree with you? Yeah. What about baked potato or French fries?
Baked potato.
Baked potato?
Depends on what time of day.
I don't want my soul out because of baked potato.
Yeah, and some people like it loaded. They need the cheese, the sour cream, the bacon bits.
Broccoli.
Yeah, some people just be like, just want baked potato, give me some butter. So it just depends. Anybody got French fries? Anybody like the
French fries are easy to eat on the go.
There you go. Especially if you're in your car, you stop at McDonald's easily and get you some French fries.
But when you cook them,
Mm-hmm.
they don't take them long to get cold. They're not good no more. But when they're warm and
Hot.
hot,
They taste good.
They're good, but you get about 10 minutes to get cool.
It's soggy and they got a nasty taste to it then, huh? Yeah. So did everyone choose the same foods? Probably not. So, what are some of the reasons why you guys choose the foods that you guys do?
The taste.
It tastes good.
Taste. And then what else?
Speed.
Some are fast, yeah.
Fast get done.
Okay. So you say like maybe convenience, maybe?
Right.
Okay. And what else?
Other people's tastes, what other people want too.
Culture. Maybe
I mean,
what
or who
you're
you're cooking for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. I have to watch what I eat.
Yes. And this class is health and nutrition. Yep.
Time to go something cheap and fast.
Yeah, what your pocket's looking like. Because if you only have $2, on you, where are you gonna go? You're gonna go to McDonald's and go on the dollar menu, or Burger King, or something that you can afford. Even if you have $5, you're gonna go where your money, wherever how much money you have. This is the reason why they choose the foods that you do. If you only have, like I said, a certain amount of money in your pocket, that's sometimes that you have to settle for, and you go ahead and buy it. So throughout this session, we talk about a lot about saving money on food and how to stretch our budget to fit, the money that you have. And so if you could save $10 a year, you're saving $10 a week. You're saving $500 a year on food, and that's a lot of money. Even if you're getting food stamps, WIC benefits, some type of assistance, if you can somehow stretch your money out, that'll go a long way. And so we also, like I said, we prepare quick and easy meals, okay? I try to stay out the kitchen as much as I can. So a lot of my meals are hamburger helper, tacos, chili. I had cooked that yesterday because it was so cold outside. And sometimes you cook things based on the weather. You might do a pot of soup. You kind of just, or something that, you just want something warm on you, okay? So, like I said, we will do 2 demonstrations. Always, when I come to the class, I always do almost like a main course, and then I do like a little dessert, something that you can cook also with it, okay? And every time you guys come to the class as well, you guys get an educational extender, okay? And so today, your educational extender would be the University of Georgia folder, okay? And so on the inside, you guys also get a 2015 calendar. It has recipes in there, some newer recipes that UGA has came up with at the FNet program. And you also will see this Curly Noodle Supreme recipe that we're also going to do today, and the Harvest Muffins recipe, okay? And there's a multimedia sheet in here, and all this is, if I can get you guys to sign that, that's just allowing, just in case like my supervisor comes in and she wants to take pictures to put on the UGA FNet website, that you guys are okay with that, okay? I don't know when she'll come in, she'll kind of let me know, and then I can kind of give you guys a heads up, when she wants to come and maybe take pictures. So you guys receive that, like I said, today. And also, if you want to know what sessions that we're going to be talking about each time, there is a food talk. It's basically like an overview of the sessions. It'll tell you which session that we'll do, and we'll like key points that we'll talk about. And then on the other side, like I said, I do a recipe demo, and then you'll know what the recipe that I'll do as well. Sometimes I change it up because sometimes that recipe that they might think is okay, a lot of my clients complain about it. So I try to do the recipe that people tend to like, okay? And then you guys, like I said, get educational extender. So every time you guys come, you get something. So like in a session, you'll get a measuring cup and a measuring spoon. You'll get, like today, you get the folder. The next session, you guys will get a menu planner and a reusable grocery list. Like every time you come, you receive something, okay? And you also get a UGA pencil, okay? So you get all that today. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this out. And I also want you guys to, there's some food cards in here with the recipes that I'll do. If you could you please look over those food cards, the Curly Noodle Supreme and Harvest Muffins. So if you have any food allergies, please let me know ahead of advance so I can change the recipe up. And I can adjust it like that, okay? And I pretty much know what recipe I'll do, so before we end the session, I'll let you know what's in the next recipe that I'll do, okay? Just in case anybody has food allergies. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what we'll be cooking. We'll be doing Curly Noodle Supreme, that's the green card. We'll be using whole kernel corn, the 15-ounce can, and we'll be using diced tomatoes in juice, that's the 15-ounce can. And we're also going to use these famous ramen noodle packages. Does anybody eat these?
Oh, yeah, I used to.
Yeah.
Without the seasoning.
I used to eat these a lot in college because it was hard times. So I ate a lot of these packages and the noodle cups.
I used
But
to
we're,
buy my 40 case of that.
yeah, but we're going to do something differently with those noodles, okay?
Yeah, those noodles, those cans, those cups you're talking about, they're full of salt.
Yeah, that's why we're going to do something real different with it and cut back that salt. And we're also going to use turkey, ground turkey, okay? Do you guys use ground turkey? Eat a little bit of ground turkey? Okay. We're going to use that today. And to season it up, we're going to use Italian seasoning. And we're going to use black pepper, okay? So, we're going to go ahead and get started. So have you guys, when you guys are looking at this recipe card, have you guys ever did something similar to this?
It's good with
And the
melted
muffin,
caramel.
Melted caramel.
Put those noodles in melted caramel.
Oh, really? Okay.
I wonder if they sweet or they good.
The Harvest Muffins, yeah, the Harvest Muffins, they're already pre-prepared, as you can see. I did those at the office. And you can see what's in it. I mean, we used the can of carrots, cinnamon, sugar, flour, a little bit of baking soda, a little bit of salt. and just mix them up. And they're real easy. They're kid friendly. A lot of the kids, when I do the recipe, they tend to ask for seconds and thirds. So, but we're hiding the vegetable. You know, it's another way if your kids or your grandkids don't really care for vegetables. It's just another way to implement it, but you're hiding it still. Okay.
But you could put zucchini in there too, like.
Yes. It was actually one of the clients that did the recipe. She did it with I want to say she did zucchini and she put coconut milk in the muffins. She made it like a whole nother recipe, but she made it very healthy.
Oh, okay.
And it was just trying to incorporate different type of vegetables so her kids can eat it, and they liked it. So I was just like,
It
hey,
would add in protein and flavor if instead of using the white flour,
mm-hmm.
we
That
use
sounds like
almond
a
flour.
good sound.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that probably tastes really good
So
too.
you get a lot of protein.
That coconut oil in your coffee.
And we use vegetable oil, but if you don't really care for vegetable oil, you can use canola oil too. Okay, it's just a preference thing, whatever you like to use.
I get just water.
Just I just
I get you a good water.
yeah. Thank you.
How much the whole cup?
So, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the Curly Deal Supreme. And like I said, it's real easy to make. You guys, we're gonna do something different, okay? With those ramen noodle packages, we're gonna remove that season package, okay? Because like you guys said, those noodles are high in salt, right? So we're gonna remove the season packet. We're not gonna use it. We're gonna throw it away. And like you said, it's high in salt. It has 1,800 milligrams of salt. Okay, that's a lot of salt. But if you remove that seasoning package and you do it the way we do it in FNAP, it cuts it down tremendously. Now you're looking at 1,800 to like 1,000 milligrams of salt. So that cuts it down tremendously, and we do that because we use Italian seasoning and we use black pepper to substitute for the seasoning package. And so,
canned soup, cook it and then dump it in the strainer, and then put it back in, reduce the salt.
yeah, that's another way. Like I said, and some people have used like a cream of chicken. They've tried to put it with the noodles and stuff. I said, well, if you do that, get the fat-free, 50% less sodium. You know, just try to find ways to cut back on your seasoning, okay? So before I get started, I'll make sure you guys wash your hands, okay? If you don't, you're like me, you travel by car. Just keep these handy wipes or the Germ-X hand sanitizer before you get started, okay? Do you think you guys might try this recipe at home?
Could you
Depends on how it
use
tastes.
grated,
Ma'am?
could you use grated carrots rather than the can?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
You could.
Yes, ma'am.
You wouldn't have to change anything else, you don't think, maybe the moisture even?
No, ma'am. If you like with the canned carrots, you're gonna have to drain that, you know, since it has salt in it. But if you're using, like you said, those grated carrots, that's fine. Yes, ma'am, that's fine. And if you don't, like with this recipe, we use corn and tomatoes. If you don't, thank you, Miss Cindy, I appreciate it. If you don't like the tomatoes or the corn, you don't have to use that. When I do these recipes, I want you to really to make these your own. If you want to add onions to it, whatever you want to do to it, that's fine, okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and turn my skillet on. And then, like I said, I've already pre-grounded the ground turkey before I left. You know, with any type of meat, just make sure it's cooked all the way through. Make sure there's no blood running, it's not pink. Make sure it's cooked all the way through, okay? Because you definitely don't want to get sick or get your family members sick, okay? And we'll talk about food safety later on in the session, okay? So if you guys were to do this recipe at home, how would you do it?
Well, I'd do some onions in there.
Yeah, that's the first thing people say. I put some onions in there. And that's what I would do as well. I love onions, so I add onions. You know, maybe add a little bit more garlic powder or maybe some more Italian seasoning because it's only a little bit, okay? And you know, with your cans, like I just did, make sure you wipe your cans off. It's so much debris in the store. I don't know if people really realize it, just how much is in the store. You know, there's roaches, there's rats, you know, just make sure you wipe those off, okay?
Flies lay on it.
Yeah, you can use a wet paper towel, dry paper towel, wipes, whatever. Just make sure you clean those off because you don't want that in your food, okay? And like with this can of corn, the only thing we're going to do differently, we're going to drain the corn, the juice off the corn, okay? Because you know it's a lot of sodium in there. Because it's like a regular corn, it's not 50% reduced or no salt added, okay? And that's another way that you guys, instead of buying the no salt can or 50% juice, drain it, and if you want to do it an extra step, rinse it off, okay? Then you get a lot of the salt content off of there.
Okay, your frozen vegetables?
Yes, sir. Frozen is just as good, okay? But, you know, with clients, especially if they're getting like week vouchers, they get $8. So they're always like, well, you know, they have the cans on sale. Kroger have them for what, 10 for 10? So I tell them, I say, you can still buy the regular cans, just drain it, and if you want to take it another step further, go ahead and rinse it, okay? And the frozen is just as good. It doesn't even really have salt. It's naturally salted, okay? And then, now we're going to add that ramen noodle package. We're just going to crumble it up, okay? Make sure you do that so you can get all those noodles throughout. And like I said, we're going to remove that season
Is that
package,
one
okay?
bag gonna be enough to feed all of them?
I'm going to remove that season package. It's very high in salt. And, oh, what'd you say? I'm sorry. But, but I missed that. Look. Now, like I said, I know the tomato juice, it has juice, but with those noodles, we want to make sure they're all the way cooked. So just put a little water in it, just to make sure they cook. And then with the Italian seasoning, we're going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon to it. And really with this recipe, you can add as much, I mean, Italian seasoning doesn't have salt, so you can add as much Italian seasoning if you want to. You want to use the whole container, that's fine.
Now
not
that
gonna hurt
recipe that you got, we're doing now, it's in here, right?
Yes, sir, it is. On the recipe cards inside your UGA folders. Yes, sir.
So when I go to the grocery store, I'm gonna take it with me.
Yeah, that's fine. And then we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper to it. And like I said, with the Italian seasoning and black pepper, it's really up to your taste buds, okay? You can add as much as you want in it, okay? And so we're just going to pretty much just let that start to cook, let those noodles get soft. And so while that's cooking, I'm just going to talk a little bit more about FNAP, okay? FNAP, like I said, I've been saying it throughout the whole time I've been talking. It stands for Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program. And we're a federally funded program. And we just teach clients, you know, to save money and eating on a budget. Okay, because some people are on a budget. And so, like I said, when you come to all 7 sessions, you guys get that certificate and meals and minutes recipe book at the end. And so in order for us to tell Congress, since we're federally funded, that we're doing a good job and we're doing what we need to do to reach out to the community, we got to be able to show them that people are actually benefiting from the program. And so we have these questionnaire forms right here, and it'll say "Welcome to Food Talk." And these forms right here, they're optional. They're not mandatory. You don't have to fill them out. But in order for the people in the state level out there in Athens and Congress to let them know that, you know, I'm doing a good job of getting across the information and I'm helping you and your benefit from this program, this would be greatly appreciated if you guys would take the time to fill this out. And it's pretty self-explanatory. In the front, it has the enrollment form part, and it just asks you some basic questions, you know, about yourself. And then on the inside, over here on the food savory part, it just talks about cooking habits and shopping habits, okay? And then the back is a food recall sheet, okay? And when we'll get to this a little bit later. I have all those forms. They're not in your folder, but we'll talk about this a little bit later after we guys get to sample your recipe. And so when you guys do sample it, give me your honest feedback, okay? So if you feel like they need to add something to the recipe, I can let the steak know that, hey, can you add, you know, some onions? you know, because we do use chopped onions. So try to see if we can maybe put that in the recipe, or, you know, say instead of 1/4 of a teaspoon, can we do like 1 teaspoon or a tablespoon, something to add more flavor to it. Okay?
Now what take the place of salt now? You got something to take the place of salt?
Like garlic powder, Mrs. Dash products. Those are really good
Do
products.
it taste as good as salt or?
It actually has seasoning. Like, it tastes good. It has, like, she has a spicy blend kind. There's a garlic and herb, lemon pepper. They have the original blend. I actually use Mrs. Dash on my fish, and it tastes really good. And that's all I really use. It's just Mrs. Dash, and I'll add like garlic powder to it and onion powder. But that's all I really need to make my fish, and I add like lemon to it and stuff. But it gives it a better seasoning. Now it's not gonna be all the way salt, you know. But
You eat like when I'm eating grits or something like that, and you know grits ain't good if you got some salt on it.
yeah. Well, for me, I use sugar.
I know I don't need it, but
I put sugar on my grits, so I don't really care for salt. With my grits, I use sugar, and some people use jelly. They put grape jelly in their grits. I've seen that. I've seen ketchup. So I've seen a little bit of everything, but as far as replacing the salt, yeah, I mean, kind of limited. I would say try to not use as much salt.
well, I like cheese grits and egg and cheese.
Cheese has some salt in it there, baby.
Especially if you're not using like 2% reduced cheese, using just regular cheese, it has a lot of salt.
It's something
Now, if that's
expensive.
not salty enough, a lot of times you can get the California style onion powder and just put a pinch in there and it'll move
That's
it.
what I want.
Oh, okay.
Take the
I want
place
to
of
pull away
a lot
from
of
the
salt.
salt.
Okay.
Especially with like some of our older folks,
Mhm.
they don't taste as much salt. So that's something that they've told me that the California style, I don't know what all's in it, but
Oh,
there's
okay.
no salt. It's green onions and onions in the powder.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that in the regular spice with all the other spices?
You have to hunt for it. The California style, when you get it, get a couple of
Oh,
jars
wow.
of it. Because, yeah,
They run out really fast.
they don't seem to stock it as much. And when they
Oh.
have it, people grab it. But yeah, it does. It seems to boost the flavor for people on a salt-restricted diet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you definitely need to try that. And like I said, Mrs. Dash, garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning,
Cream cheese.
oregano. Yeah, just try different things to try to substitute that salt. Okay? So I'm gonna try to tilt it over so you guys can kind of see it, if you can. It's really colorful, as you can kind of see. It's real colorful. It's got yellow, red, you know, the noodles in there. It's got the ground turkey going. So when we do these recipes, we try to make our meals more colorful because, you know, they now have My Plate. If you look in your folder, it's something in there talking about My Plate now, and that's how they try to demonstrate what you need to get as far as the 5 food groups and how much you need to get of each one. And if you notice, the fruits and vegetables is going to be the bigger piece of that My Plate now, because they're really trying to push people eating more fruits and vegetables when they're doing their meals. Okay,
This took place in that,
the triangle, they still use it.
Still use it?
But like in the elementary schools, a lot of the elementary schools have that big old My Plate on their cafeteria now. And it's really easy for kids to identify now. They do Pacific colors, and so you can really kind of see how much you need and what you really need to incorporate more. Yeah, it's real easy. It's just like you can just see it, and it's real simple colors, and you can kind of see how much you need to get of everything. And like I said, these recipes, they're optional. If you want to try them, you don't have to. I always try to sample the recipe to make sure I put everything in there before I let you guys sample, okay? So is anybody gonna try this recipe out?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
yeah.
Okay. And it's quick too. Look how long it took. Only thing you're really waiting on is the noodles.
It's cooking pretty fast.
Yeah. Only thing you're really waiting on is the noodles to cook. Like I said, add your little water to it so the noodles can cook all the way through. But once the noodles get soft and tender, your meal is pretty much ready. And you've seen how much is in here. I mean, it cooks a lot. So if it's just you and maybe some of your grandkids come over, you can feed them and yourself and maybe still have leftovers to take to work the next day. Or if it's just you by yourself, you got a lot of food to eat on.
I got one of my grandkids, one of them come over, two of them pots won't be enough.
Oh, look. You might want to have 2 pots going in.
What would you serve that with, like a salad or?
Yeah, you can do like a salad with it. But like I said, like with this meal, we try to put like your vegetables in it. So it has a lot of that already. You have your protein, you got your grains, you got your vegetables. So really you're just looking really more for now, just getting some dairy in and maybe just have like a cup of fruit on the side, like some peaches or an apple or something. And then just drink like a glass of milk. If you don't like milk, some yogurt, that's fine. Or just if you want to, you can actually top this recipe with cheese, with shredded cheese, okay? 2% reduce, okay? But if you don't want to, you can get the regular cheese, that's fine. And people have done it with the cheese, they say it tastes better. So that's just another way to get your dairy too. And that's pretty good. Like I said, this is optional if you want to try it. But if you want to, I will make room up here for you guys. And you guys can just come up here and grab you a plate and grab you some forks. And if you want some pepper or some salt, I do have salt and pepper shakers, okay? And if you want to add more Italian seasoning, you can. I'll leave this right here for you too as well, okay? So if you want to try it, you're more than welcome. Like I said, it's optional. It's up to you.
I have hand sanitizer too.
You're welcome. And your little fork. And like I said, if you want salt and pepper, it's right there for you. But sometimes, it's like, it's not enough.
Y'all know this is what y'all came for, right? 3 weeks.
Food. Look. Yeah, just like I said, just provide, just bring you a drink. Bring you a drink.
Would it be left over? I get the left over.
Yeah, the big one.
I clean the pot out.
You want something? I put pepper on this. You want it?
Sure.
I'll fix me another one.
Clean it up.
Thank you.
Oh, no, I can make you one right now. Okay. Can I use this plate?
No, you can just pour it on.
It's all right. I got plenty of these.
Okay. And I'm just gonna just rub it on there. It's tasty, it's something I would make.
Yeah, and like I said, you probably taste there's not hardly any salt in it, but like I said, you can up that Italian seasoning. You can up that black pepper.
The herbal, garlic herbal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can add whatever you want to it. Like I said, you make these recipes your own. If you don't really care for corn, use peas, use green beans, carrots.
I think I'm gonna try the Mexican corn, how it's a little red,
Yeah, you can try that too. Yeah, because the secretary at my job, she's done this recipe like 20 times, and she's added black beans to it. She's added, she's taken out the corn. She put in onions, like you said. She's added different stuff to their recipe, and her husband likes it. She likes it, and then she added Mrs. Dash, the spicy blend, because she likes hers with a little heat. And she put that on there and she said it tastes good. Okay? So like I said, it's something, it's not really salty. Just cut back on the salt, like I said. But it still tastes good though. Okay? Not at all.
It tastes good.
Yeah, because with that ramen noodle package, it has like 1,800 milligrams of salt. That's a lot of salt. So we try to find ways, in all the recipes we do, we try to cut back on salt tremendously. Okay?
How much salt is in that recipe in that serving?
It's actually on your recipe card, inside your folder. And if I'm not mistaken, it's only 446 milligrams of salt. So, and also, I'm glad you brought that, Miss Cindy. You also have nutrition fat. So every time you get a recipe card, it gives you a nutrition fact on everything as far as what's in it, as far as saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol. It'll give you all that in there. And then at the bottom, it's got my plate. So it'll say like how much vegetables you got, how many grains you got, and how much protein you got at the bottom. Okay, it'll tell you everything that's in that recipe. Okay. So did you guys like that? Did you enjoy it? Oh, you want some more? Yeah. Anybody else want some more? Yeah. Look, whatever I have left, I try to get rid of it. Because I don't take anything back to the office. So anything I have left over, you guys are more welcome to have it.
I know you don't have the pizza left over.
So you guys want to try that recipe out this week, you think? Okay. And when you guys try it out, when we come back on session 2, let me know how that goes. If you did something differently, let me know. Because then I can tell them up at state, hey, they tried this. Can we try this? Okay? Try to make it tastier. So now, while you guys are still sampling, I'm going to really go into detail about these enrollment forms. And like I said, they're optional. You don't have to fill them out. I'm going to be greatly appreciated if you would fill these out for me. And like I said, on the enrollment part, it's really, like I said, it's just asking you basic questions about yourself. If you are a grandparent and you take care of grandkids, it asks a question about how many children you prepare meals for regularly. Include all your grandkids' names, okay? And their, not their name, but their however many kids you're taking care of, where it's 4 or 5. Just put that number down, and then you're gonna list their ages, okay? Or if you have kids that are under 19, you have one child, put that one, if their age is 19, put 19, okay? And then ask how many other adults live with you, just not yourself, include that other person, okay? So don't put yourself down, just say, my husband lives with me. So you just put 1. Or if they're over 19, they're considered adult. So if you have an older child that might be 22, you count them. You put, you and your oldest child, that's 2 adults, okay?
Well, my baby boy is 40.
You don't have to put the age, you just put down how many adults is in the house. But like I said, if you have grandkids that you are taking care of, make sure you put how many and then list their ages, okay? And then it says check which, if your child receives it, this goes for your child and your grandkids. If you know if they received any of those items, you can check. If you don't know, just leave it blank, okay? And then it asks you about your race. If you identify with all these items they have down for the race, you can check as many as you want. It's however many you identify with, okay? And then when you get to the middle part for the food survey part, it's just asking you about your shopping habits, like I said, and your cooking habits. Just be honest. There's no right or wrong answer. We're not looking for that, okay? But when you get to question 10, it says, do your children eat something in the morning within the 2 hours of waking up? That includes your grandkids. When they come to your house, when they wake up, do they eat immediately within those 2 hours, or do they eat later? You can actually answer that, okay? That goes for grandkids and children, okay? But now if you don't have any grandkids that you see about prepared meals for, just leave it blank, okay? And then at the bottom, it also asks you about how much do you spend on food each month. It's just a rough estimate. If you get food stamps, include that. If you get WIC, include that. If you're using your own personal money, put that down. But just give a rough estimate of how much you might spend, okay? And then when you get to the back, this is the food recall part. And the back, yeah, just give a rough estimate what you think you might spend, okay? It doesn't have to be accurate, just a rough estimate. And then the back of the form, this is the food recall part. This part right here, I believe is the most difficult. They're really trying to work on trying to get this form just a little bit better. But this right here, I just need to know what you had yesterday, okay? Either yesterday or what you typically usually have on Thursday, okay? And basically, in the blue is the quick list. So just jot down everything that you can remember that you ate yesterday. Okay? And then when you get to the orange, it's the meal type. And so they have a legend up top on that enrollment sheet. And B equals breakfast, MS equals morning snack, L equals lunch, AS equals afternoon snack, and D equals dinner, and then NS is nighttime snack. So you just circle at what time of day you had that meal, okay? And then when you get to the green part, how much did you have of that item, okay? So this right here, these are just these fake, lovely, they look real though, examples. But this right here, this bowl of cereal, it equals about 1.5 cups, okay? And then this is this pizza that looks real, but it's not, okay, I promise. It's 1/4 of a medium pizza, okay? If you had pizza yesterday, or that's something that you usually order on a Thursday. This macaroni and cheese equals 1 cup, okay? And then the green beans is 1/2 cup. And this has got to be the largest chocolate chip cookie. This is a 4-inch chocolate chip cookie, okay? And then if you guys cook like in big pots and you try to think of spoon fills, just try to think about it in the cup size, how much it might fill up. The green is 1 cup. The 1/2 cup in the orange. This is 1/3 of a cup in the yellow. The red is 1/4 of a cup, and the blue is 1/8 of a cup. Okay? And then we have our drink sizes. Okay? This is a 32-ounce cup. With ice, it's 23 ounces of fluid. This is a 16-ounce cup. With ice, 11 ounces of fluid. Then we have, I call these the coffee cups, 8 ounce. And then we have the 4-ounce cups. And then if you went to McDonald's or some type of fast food place, Hardee's or something like that, 1 medium fry equals 1/2 cup, okay? And then we have butter, 1 pat equals 1 teaspoon. And then we have our condiments, you use those. 1 pack of sugar equals 1 teaspoon, 1 pack of ketchup or mustard equals 1 teaspoon, and 1 pack of mayonnaise equals 1 tablespoon. And then the chips, this bag is 1 ounce. I stopped by the convenience store. That bag that's in there is 3.5 ounces, okay? So if you're eating those type of chips like myself, you're on the go, that's a 3.5 ounce bag, okay? And that's pretty much what you do for the how much when you describe that part, okay? And then the purple is the food item detail. This is where you gotta get real descriptive about that item. So for example, in the blue, they had Life cereal. In the orange, they circled B for breakfast. In the green, they said they had 1 cup. And then when they got to the purple, they added 1.5 cup of 2% milk and 2 tablespoons of sugar, okay? That's what you're describing what all you put in that meal.
Heart attack.
Yes. Even down to they had egg casserole. They circled it for breakfast. They had 1/2 cup. It contained egg, sausage, cheese, biscuit mix, and peppers and onions.